Hey guys, today's video is going to be a drugstore makeup tutorial. I've moisturized my skin beforehand and I'm going in with the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot primer and just applying that to the center of my face. Now I'm applying the Revlon ColorStay concealer in 05 medium deep to where I typically highlight my face, and I'm just blending that out with the Real Techniques face brush. If I'm talking funny, it's because I have a face mask on and it's kind of like tugging at my skin, if you know what I mean. Also, I'm gonna have all the products I mentioned linked down in the description box, so make sure you check that out. After tapping out the concealer with my fingertips, I'm going in with the Covergirl Loose Powder in translucent medium using a concealer brush just to set that concealer. And after, I brush the excess powder away with a powder brush. Now I'm using the shade Bombshell Bronzer from the Ulta Contour Kit to bronze under my cheekbone, forehead, and chin. The brush I'm using is from the Vanity Planet set that I'm gonna show later in the video. Then I'm using my powder brush to apply blush, and I went a little crazy with it, so I went back to blend it out a little with the brush that I used to bronze my face. Next, I'm using my concealer as an eye base, so I just dot some on each eye and blend it out. And for this look, I'm going to be using the Maybelline the Nudes palette, the first one. And I'm just going to use a fluffy blending brush, and taking that into the light cream shadow, I'm going to set my base so that it's like easier to blend other shadows on top of it. Next, I'm going to take the gray shade and use it as a transition, building that up into my crease. This palette kind of has some pigmentation issues, but I think you can work with it if you wanted to. I think it's really good for beginners as well. For this look, I'll also be using these Vanity Planet brushes that are great quality brushes for an affordable price. I'm using the tapered blending brush to deepen up the crease with a brown from the Nudes palette. And I'm taking my fluffy blending brush to blend out the edges. And I'm just dragging it into the crease a little to create a smoky effect. Next, I'm going to be taking the smaller pencil brush to create a more dramatic eye by taking another dark brown shade from the Nudes palette and just placing that closer to the deepest part of my eye, so like the inner part of the outer V, if you know what I mean. And then I'm just going back with that brush to take it more into the inner corner. Now I'm using my tapered blending brush and I'm going in with the transition shade and the two brown shades on the lower lash line to complete the look. As the shades get darker, I try to keep it tighter to the lash line. And I'm just blending it upward as well, trying to create a more like V-like shape. And this is where the pretty faces come in. And I'm just using this small, teeny tiny brush to get as close to the lash line as possible. Now onto eyeliner. I grabbed the e.l.f. eyeliner, but I'm actually going in with the Maybelline Masterpiece in black to line my upper lash line first, and then I'm going to use the e.l.f. liner to create the wing because it has more of a felt tip, and the Maybelline one is kind of old, so I use both of them to create my eyeliner, and afterwards I like to set it with the black from the nude palette so that it stays there all day. With the eyeliner, I like to start on the upper lash line and then the wing so that I can make them look as close to each other as possible. And once I get the wing down, then I try to intensify it by just building up like the base that I had put down with the Maybelline and the e.l.f. liner. Now I'm using that smaller, really tiny brush just to set my eyeliner. I think I messed up, so I just went in with the Q-tip to fix my mistake. Now I'm using this pink shade from a really old Victoria's Secret palette as my highlight, and I'm just gonna highlight the tops of my cheekbones, my nose, Cupid's bow, and I don't think I put it in the video, but I used that cream shade under my brow bone again just to clean up under my brow bone and highlight it. And I'm using the Real Techniques setting brush to highlight right now. And this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!